Welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking to our distinguished guest today, Dr. M.A. Bari, about parenting. It's very easy to become parents, people think. See, a marriage takes place, and the couple, the husband and wife, they have a child, they become parents. They do not know that the big responsibility they have. Now, to discuss that big responsibility, I go back to Dr. Bari. Parenting, what does it involve? Just becoming father and mother? The responsibility? A mother is the best teacher, they say.
Of course, mother is the best teacher. Mother or father are the best people in a child's life. But parenting it's not just biologically having children that is obvious, and that's the fruits of marriage. But at the end of the day, a child comes to this world totally new.
Right.
And according to our religion, a child, any human being, is the representative of God on earth, steward on earth.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you raise a totally vulnerable, dependent, and fragile human being, steward on earth, as effective human being?
True.
As effective or good citizen of a country, or if people believe in religion, as effective Muslim or Christian, that is the parental responsibility. It's not just looking after their physical safety, giving them love and care, feeding them, cleaning them. That is obvious. That's in human nature, and probably nobody needs any training for that.
Even animals do that.
Yeah, animals do that in their own way. Human beings will do better because human beings have got intelligence. But parenting is beyond that. It is about positive endeavor or continuous process. I say 24/7, 24/7 obligation and responsibility to build that human being, not only physically, because physically a child would grow with the food and shelter and everything, but giving them emotion, love, care.
And the mental growth.
And the intellectual and mental growth, as well as spiritual growth, as I say, because human beings have got physical, mental or intellectual, emotional or psychological, and a spiritual one. And in our religion, spirituality relates with God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In other cultures, spirituality could be being happy with oneself. A person can have anything in the life, but if he or she is not internally happy, not at ease with oneself, then there is a problem. They can be menace in the society.
Right. But then comes the question: what is happiness?
Well, happiness is a mental and emotional state of being.
Peace.
And,
a state of peace.
State of peace and feelings. And of course, basic things are needed in our life: good health and basic wealth. Everything is needed basically, but that's not that's just the beginning. It's like our frame of body, human beings, but we have the spirit. Our body doesn't make us a human being. Our humanity and spirit that makes us human being. So raising this bundle of joy, of course they are bundle of joy for anyone. A child is unique, and a child's smile and sound, everything attracts like magnet.
Right.
And all parents will be attracted to the parents, and they are little angels, in my opinion. But raising these angels to good human being, because human beings are not angels. We will all make mistakes, and a child will make mistakes.
But sometimes this bundle of joy is becoming a bag of trouble.
Bag of trouble. So rather than having a bag of trouble, to create a bundle of joy that becomes a good human being, good citizen, good Muslim, is really a serious task, and it needs a lot of investment. So investing in the child and child's future is not only an investment in this world, because educationally and socially, they have to be mature, they have to grow up, but at the end of the day, according to our Islamic belief, a child, when parents die, there's a beautiful hadith. I am tempted to say this because human beings' actions, all actions, will be cut off once we die. True. Apart from three things. One is the continuous charity or sadaqah jariyah. Second one is the beneficial knowledge that benefits human beings.
You have shared with others.
Share with others, that benefits human beings. That's also Sadaqah Jariyah. And also leaving behind righteous children who would pray for you when you die. And so this is an investment for this world, because successful children will look after the parents, because life is a cycle, and you will feel pleasure and joy being in the company of your children. And when we die, their dua, supplication will reach us. So what else could be more better investment than raising a child?
What can be more rewarding than this?
More rewarding than raising a child.
Your other book, Marriage and Family Building in Islam, why did you write this book?
Well, this is...
I know that, as I said before, see that in a Muslim society, people live there, they have to get married, and then they raise their families, see. But a guide to parenting is for Muslim parents, isn't it? So both the books are correlated.
All of them I have written for Muslim parents, mainly those who are in the Western society. There are nearly 40 million Muslims now in Europe.
How many Muslims are in Britain? They say 3 million?
It's around 3 million. According to 2011 census, it was 2.78, but there has been recent
I'm
counting.
sure
it's around 3 million.
So
40 million Muslims in Europe. In Australia, I was recently there. There's 500,000. In America, there's a dispute with the number, but I think
6 to 8 or something,
around that figure.
Yeah.
So say around 50 million Muslims in the West, living in the West, and many of them are immigrants like us. And
the total population of Muslims in the world is over 1 billion?
1.6 billion.
1.6 billion.
And so I wrote this book primarily for British and European or Western parents, because in the Western society is developed, materially developed, intellectually developed, but there are issues in lifestyle, family life, and all sorts of issues. And if any community falls into the trap of a developed society, lose their family bonding, and start living together without marriage, having children without marriage, then the situation could be totally devastating for Muslims and other religious groups. So the first book that I wrote, Marriage and Family Building, well, marriage is, in our culture, sunnah is needed, and only marriage justifies relationship with man and woman.
Yes.
So that is the religious aspect, as well as a society which is built on marriage.
The social aspect, isn't it?
It's
because
a social aspect as well.
If young people don't get married, they will do something else.
Yeah. So, and there are requirements for choosing partners, and normally Quran says that a good Muslim will choose a good Muslim
or Muslimah,
woman, and it's vice versa. So that is essential, and in fact, parenting starts when two adults are looking for their spouse. That's my way of thinking, because if a man and a woman marry to have children, and children who would be better Muslims, better human beings, better citizens, and they will together work before even pregnancy, during pregnancy, after the child is born, they will work together in harmony to raise a child that they have been blessed with in the best possible manner. So there are definitely some religious rituals, but ritual is one thing. Ritual teaches us how to be more effective, but in reality, what we expect from parents is to give them the best thing a child needs, and that's the amal and akhlaq. That's the behavior and nature. That's the good humanity within a child, so that a child grows up with the ethos of love, care, respect, and tolerance, and working with all communities, which is needed in a pluralist society. We do not live in a monoethnic, monocultural, monolingual society. We live in a pluralist society. So our religion teaches that we have to be good to ourselves,
and to others.
Good to the others, as well as to the environment.
Well, that brings us to your other book, Race, Religion and Muslim Identity in Britain. As I always do my research about my guests, and as I did about you, you you are written as Bangladeshi born British Muslim. See,
That's
so
true.
I
Bangladeshi born British.
I see two tags: Bangladeshi born, and then British Muslim. See, what is one is nationality, the other is religion. See, British and Muslim. See, but our passport says British, not British Muslim. See, because this passport that we hold does not signify or does not reveal our religious affiliations. See. Recently there was a research by ICM, I'm sure that, a survey rather.
On Wednesday it was aired in Channel 4.
Yes, yes, yes. Not that all the pollsters and polling companies and organizations, they all are always right. This particular one and others were wrong in 2015 elections, see what they predicted and what they see. And being a sample survey, and most surveys are sample surveys of 1,000, and then they explorate it or to others. See, there were a lot of hoo-ha. There was Channel 4 documentary by and Mr. Trevor Phillips, your friend and mine.
Yeah,
he was there.
I know him very well.
A lot of people wrote about it. I think you also wrote about it. And then again, I think Lady Saida Warsi talked about it. So what is race, what is religion, and what is our Muslim identity now in Britain? See, there are 3 million Muslims, it is said. But whatever happens, see, despite our achievements, the top scholars in this country who are Muslims, recently, I mean only yesterday, Dr. Shafi, I think, he performed a groundbreaking something in London, an operation that's echoed throughout the world. There are neurosurgeons, there are athletes, there are sportsmen, there are people in the field of arts, people, and they're all Muslims. Yet we don't seem to get the right focus. Anyway, we'll talk about it after this break. Thank you for being with us. When we come back, we'll talk more about this interesting subject. Don't go away. See you soon.